not around, everything feels wrong. But no one's ever treated me better. I guess I wasn't used to feeling getting along. I know I should've known better. I didn't know I loved you until you were gone.
It's a funky night. Do you feel alright? I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, but not yet. Saw you fake that smile, baby. Tryna pull your hand away from him. Does he see you cry in silence? Why do you stay? Why do you stay? 'Cause I'm right here now. I'm gonna show you what true love's about. But I can't move, girl, when you're tied up. 'Cause I'm not the type of man who calls. Baby, it's really in your hands. Can't you see that he ain't your man? Open your eyes and see your worth. 'Cause love shouldn't really be hard work. I'm gonna love you more. I'm gonna love you more than him. But you're not mine, no girl. I know this much is sure. I'm gonna love you more than him when you're mine. See, his grip is rather tight, girl. Does he know it when you're hurting? But I can see your desperation, trying to survive this life. But I'm right here now. I'm gonna show you what true love's about. And I can't move, girl, when you're tied up. 'Cause I'm not the type of man who calls. Baby, it's really in your hands. Oh, he ain't your man. Open your eyes and see your world. Let me in your world. I'm gonna love you more. I'm gonna love you more than him. But you're not mine, no girl. I know this much is sure. I'm gonna love you more than him when you're mine. Time will come, you realize there's a better life for you now. When it comes, I'll be here, waiting patiently now, baby. When you hurt, letting love come to me, let's change this, honey. 'Cause there's no reason not to. I'm gonna love you more. I'm gonna love you more than him. But you're not mine, no girl. I know as much as sure. I'm gonna love you more than him when you're mine. I'm gonna love you more.
Wanna see the world with you, see the world with you. Wanna see the world with you, see the world with you. La 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 do do do. La 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 do do do. La 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 do do do. Everything will do when I'm next to you. La 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 do do do. La 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 do do do. La 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 do do do. Everything will do when I'm next to you. Let's take a holiday, some time away. Could be just me and you. Tropical getaway with palm trees swaying into the blue.
I feel like I'm being dragged down, forced to be a slave to my emotions, caught in the middle of a bad wind. I'm left with shackles upon my soul. So take notice, I am the only one, the writer of my screenplay, the one to decide where I walk. No co-author who might betray. So take notice, I am the only one, master of my destiny, keeper of faith, cover of fate, ready for life's race, trying to find a painless way to
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
want to stop
And we're live. I have glasses. That means that this will be an awesome stream. Hi everybody. Yeah, today we are going to play with this thing that is behind me, Zimaboard. I actually just started it up, played it for a couple of minutes, and that's actually it. So yeah, Zimaboard was sent to me by them, actually free of charge, so I didn't get anything in return for creating video or not creating video. Hi Johnny, nice seeing you. And I'm actually really surprised. I do get surprised a lot, but that's actually really awesome device. We will be what the intention for today's stream is. We have this device which I have obviously booted up. I did install Home Assistant, play with it, then removed it, and because of that I have here two sticks. It depends on whatever you will want to do today. We can either restore factory installation of Zimaboard, that's Casa OS, or we can try and install something that's even not in their paper, and that is Home Assistant OS. Because okay, yeah, let me change screen first, so we will talk about it in a second. When I create members only streams, I have issue because in OBS I cannot see chat, I cannot see anything, so I have to jump windows, not just here but also here. So I apologize for that one. Yeah, okay. First, let me check something. Home Assistant yellow. I actually want to see what is the price now of Home Assistant yellow. If you would be able to buy it. Let's go here. PoE with power supply with CM4. Okay. So the current price of Home Assistant Yellow with CM4, let's look what kind of CM4. It's out of stock, of course. He doesn't even say what kind of CM4 you get for that price, or does it? Additional information. Okay, CM4 is a 2 gig version, 16 gigs of eMMC storage, blah blah blah. So Home Assistant Yellow is a host for Raspberry Pi Compute Module 4, and the price for this device with CM4, if and when you can get it, is 232 euros. And why I'm saying that, because Zimaboard is cheaper than that one. Of course, the specs are also a bit different. So if you go for a 2 gig RAM version, which is sold out and you cannot buy, it's $120 US. 4 gig version with 32 eMMC storage is $159, and the one I got for testing is $199 or $200. That's 8 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of eMMC, and it's much versatile board. So yeah, okay. What do you actually get? You get this Zima board, single board server. Let me switch to the table. This one here. This is just in case if we need to change the OS or something, you can then hook up the display and keyboard and play with that. But let's look at the Zima board itself. So in the box you get Zima board, you get a power supply, and you get cable to attach the external SATA disk, only for one disk. If you want to go for something bigger, whoa, focus. If you go for something bigger, if you want 2 SATA drives, then you would need to buy this SATA Y cable, or you could actually use SATA cable and power the disk from power supply or something like that. So that's inside the box, and the device specs are Intel Celeron. This one is N3450 quad core, 1.1 normal gigs and 2.2 gigs burst. This version I have is 8 gigs, 32 gigs of eMMC. It has 2 SATA, 6 gig per port. Let me just quickly, I didn't show it here. So from ports we have, let's look from the right to left. Power port, USB, this is Ethernet 2, second USB, Ethernet 1, and here you have mini display port. On the front side you have 2 SATA connectors and 1 power connector that you can power the cables on. LED that is lit when the device is on, and here we have something that, if you compare this with Intel NUC, and actually you can compare it with something similar to Intel NUCs or NUCs itself. This one has 2 gigabit Ethernet ports, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and PCIe ports, which can be used actually to expand this board. So this is something that I have not seen in similar devices, although maybe there are other devices, but I haven't seen them so far, thanks to the sponsors. As I said, it has display port with 4K, up to 4K resolution, 60 Hz. It is pretty heavy. The case is, let's switch back. Why don't I use Stream Deck for this? The back side of the case is, shall we peel this off or leave it on? Come on. Okay. So this is acrylic, and this is the protection for the board. You can actually open it and look inside, and this whole upper part is aluminium. So it's a pretty large and big heatsink. Okay. TNT Druid, if you are here, happy birthday to you. Cheers. Okay, let's go back to the passive cooling. Intel VT, VTD, VTX, support for encryption or decryption, 4K transcoding, blah blah blah. Casa OS, which I'm pretty impressed with and compatible with a lot of things. Let me post the link just so you have it, although you can probably Google it. Nice seeing you here and wishing you all the best. Come on. Okay, this is too long. Let's remove this part. So here is the link. Okay. Let's go back to this page here. So we have later on we'll have option either to install, as I said, fresh, clean Casa OS version or Home Assistant OS, because with the current shortage of both yellows and compute modules, this can be better and or cheaper device, even if you, for example, buy Sky Connect and don't have built-in Sky Connect or Zigbee, whatever. Let's look what it says here. Yeah, I've been checking out the documentation and everything for this, and giving it, there are a couple of use cases that are really great for this one. For example, pfSense. A lot of people, from what I've seen, use it as a pfSense device. They install it bare bone directly on the device itself, which is also the recommended way to install pfSense. For that, you can probably go with the 2 or 4 gig version. 2 should be okay if it would be available, but it's not available. Some install. Let's go through. No, we will not go through documentation. Later on, we will go to the documentation. Let's open the Casa OS and just look at it briefly. A lot of people know me because I love Synology devices, and I like this UI even better. Of course, the Synology UI is much older than this one. This one is based on Debian, if I'm not mistaken. You can fully customize it. It's not the same as the Synology, but it is very similar. For example, there is App Store where you can install some apps that are made or curated by the Zimaboard devs. There are also community apps. You can do custom installs. Custom installs are actually Docker installations. So this system has internal Docker that is then used to install everything. And how easy it is to install, let's look at this one. We just click on, we just click on Home Assistant install, starting installation, installing. Which actually, if you look at the background, you can see that currently it is downloading. And then, of course, it will install everything. Okay, so the other thing that I didn't do so far is I've just attached this old drive. This drive has been salvaged from my laptop when I replaced it with the SSD drive. So this is a very old, very slow 60 gig drive from, I don't know, Lenovo or... No, the drive is not. The drive is, I think, Seagate. Yeah, it is Seagate, but it's from ThinkPad or something like that. When you add new drive, you go to storage manager, create storage. We'll give it a name. Let's call it storage 1. We click format create, and actually this should be it. We now will have expanded our storage to whatever disk you have attached externally. Hey Aaron, yeah, it really is. So now we have the main drive. This is eMMC drive with Casa OS on it, and we also have the external or whatever drive we call that one. I think the maximum capacity is 32 terabytes, so you can actually build a pretty good NAS with it. In terms of Home Assistant, let's click on open. And that's it. It's, as I said, Docker installation, but I really like the way how they pre-packed or prepared installation files and everything for whatever you want to install. For example, if we would go to App Store and click on Jellyfin, the setup should probably be still the same. While it's installing that, what else? Okay, system status, how many watts and the temperature of the CPU, CPU percentage, RAM percentage, information about the storage, network status. As I said, it has 2 Ethernet ports, and because of that you have this port 2, which is actually the first port, and this is the port that is next to display port, and we have the second port which I haven't hooked up. You can play with the widgets. These here are called widgets. You can disable time, storage status, so you have more of screen visible. Also, you can, not here, you can roll down the menu and see what is the CPU or RAM usage for each of the containers or apps that you are using. What else? Okay, let me open Jellyfin. Next. Next. Add media library. I don't have anything here, so I cannot actually add anything, but yeah. English country, let's leave as is. Allow automatic port mapping, sure, why not. Finish, and we have Jellyfin installed in. Under a minute. Of course, now you can copy the files to the media folders. And while we are talking about files, the other great thing about Casa OS is, let's go to files. It is I would call it combo between the Linux operating system and the Windows operating system. Why? You have those documents, downloads, galleries and medias here, but actually everything is inside the typical Linux file system. Movies empty, music empty, TV shows empty, which actually can then be used by Jellyfin to find movies, music or TV shows. Gallery for photos, nothing here, but if we close this one and go to App Store, you can actually install PhotoPrism for management of your photos, something similar to Photos by Google or similar. So I'm really impressed. If I wouldn't have Synology, I would probably go for a device similar to this one that would allow me to be as flexible as I am. I would probably install Unified Control on this one, then Edgard because I don't like Pi-hole, Jellyfin, Home Assistant, Vault Warden, what else? Not Node-RED, we are adults. Yeah, it's very easy to configure and very easy to get everything installed. Actually, you can also add custom links or external links. For example, add something here if you have multiple Zima boards, and that's something that I was going towards when I mentioned pfSense earlier. And you can link up multiple Zima boards and have, you know, one UI that you use primarily and then move from one Zima board to the other. So as I said, some are using this for pfSense, others use it for media servers, NASes. Is the music too loud? Or is it too loud for me just? Is it better like this? Okay. So some are using it, as I said, they have one bigger, for example, this 8 gig version that is used for whatever. And then also they have one lower end that is used for pfSense. So actually you can either host everything on one, or you can have multiple that have specific purposes. So this is also nice strategy for them. What else? Let's go to configuration here. Do you want to see search bar? When you do search for something, it spins or opens the new browser window. What is your preferred search engine? A language of the UI, a web port where you access the Casa OS, wallpaper, show news from Casa OS blog. Let's add, don't see anything. Auto mount USB drive, which can be okay, and update. I think this is the BIOS version. When I hooked up everything, one thing that I did is update. I know that this is not a Casa OS version. I think Casa OS is something else. I think this is the BIOS. It required me to update, so I did already update it. You can restart and shut down. Restart is restart, shutdown is shutdown. This is the user. I'm not sure if you can create multiple users. I don't think that I've seen that one. Terminal logs. Sure. Let's try this one. Yep, Casa OS, it's default username and password. Standard, whatever. Logs. Nah, I like this. Let's... Error, failed to publish event message. Okay. But as I said, it's really nice device, and I really think that they did pack everything. Let's go to docs here. And by the way, Aaron, congrats on installing ESP Home. It's really nice that you started going that route. After all you've done with the WLED, I really am looking forward to see what you will do with the ESP Home. Getting started, really nothing. So as I said, this is what you get in the box. I don't think that I received the network cable, but yeah. Okay, update available. Yep, have fun. No, I wanted to look. These 1, 2, 3 are overlapping. Let's look at operating systems, because under operating systems you have also Entertainment Hub and the server playground. As I mentioned, you can run apps in two ways. One is to run them as a Docker containers, but you may wish to run them directly on a bare metal. So for example, if you want to go with Open Media Vault, you download the image, you flash it with Balena Etcher to the USB stick. You need to have a mini display port, cable to whatever monitor you want, and you also need a keyboard. I have that one here. And while we are there, we can actually shall we let's try Home Assistant OS when we are already here, and then we can revert to whatever was previously on this device. So what I'll do, I'll hook up the USB stick if I orient it correctly. Now we have to do a restart. Let's go to settings, restart. Are you sure? It is restarting. Let's go here. And the only thing that you need to do now is keep hitting F11, idiot, not F10. But yeah, it was Zimaboard. Okay. I apologize for this. I'm unable to get a better zoom. So we now have to select what we want to boot. These two here are eMMC drives, the internal ones. This Windows Boot Manager, I have no idea what is. This one is this Seagate drive, and this UEFI Kingston is actually the stick with the Home Assistant, I hope. So what we will do, we will press enter. Booting slot A, blah 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 blah. So far everything is green. Do I have actually yeah, the only issue currently is that the Home Assistant will run off of the USB drive, which actually with changes coming in the OS 10 and the April release of Home Assistant, you actually shouldn't have any issues with running your Home Assistant out of SD card, especially if it's only for the OS and you move data, for example, somewhere else. Okay, it's still booting. So there has been a lot of new optimizations in the future April release of Home Assistant, which will be released in 3 days. And devs are, I wouldn't say betting on it, but saying that with all those changes, the life expectancy of the SD drive should be, quite long. We will see, because we will see, Aaron. It should fail to start kernel time sync. Okay, we will see about this one, because I've pulled the official Home Assistant OS for Intel NUC, which should be supported Home Assistant OS hardware. I didn't try this so far, so we will see what will happen with this one. So I was saying, you actually, when we install everything, we could move data to hard drive or internal eMMC, and then use the USB to drive the OS or boot from the OS, and everything else would be run from the whatever drive you are using. I'm not sure how, in theory, we could install something else. Let's see. Yeah, the problem is that I have no idea how we would let's switch this screen. most of these are live installs, meaning that they boot from the OS, they boot from the USB stick, and then you can actually from the USB stick install something. Home Assistant OS, as far as I know, doesn't provide that functionality, so you cannot install it, which is shame. Yeah, this one is for the Open Media Vault and it tells you how to install it. Let's look what other options we have. Small body, big application, Open Media Vault, first experience. Okay, this is starting Open Media Vault, playing with it, blah blah blah. I know that some are using Unirate with zimaboard. Okay, this one. First official software burn image, install USB stick, prepare stick, format blah blah blah, change to blah blah blah, download official image, open the USB, create and write on it. Okay. Download the image pack and extract all files, the copy is to the root directory of USB stick. Okay, complete burn in. Then we install it from this, which means that of course then the Unirate is running off of USB stick, which okay. Open WRT. PC host Zima board, creating an open USB stick, blah blah blah, connecting. We boot from the USB stick, and once again, yeah, that's it. I really am not sure. Oh, open. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so there is a way. What actually I could have done is downloaded the Home Assistant OS image into the device itself, and then use the we unzip the image, and then we dd whatever dd command is. I don't know the command dd, I never used it probably in my life. And that's it. So yeah, we could potentially, so you would have to, I messed that one, you could potentially install it that way. I may later on try and so I can avoid the USB stick. And let's check. Okay, so we have Casa OS on the 214. 192.2.1.4 port 8123. Nothing yet. Waiting for the Home Assistant command line interface to be ready. Warning, not starting, jumping into emergency console. No, nice. Let's see. But I think currently it's also it's still downloading everything. If I'm not mistaken, the installation of Home Assistant OS is just the basic OS image, and then it needs to go to the internet and download the latest version of the Docker containers for supervisor, for whatever. So it will take some time for this to start up. Let me just briefly go here. Alexei, if you are watching this later on, hope you get better soon. 214. Currently it is downloading. Yeah, so probably we'll have to wait a bit until it downloads everything. While it is doing that, let's check the documentation. So as I said, yeah, I should have gone this route and install it on the eMMC instead of USB stick, but as I'm... Oh, whoa. Home Assistant command line interface is up. Third-party system installation is, as I said, this errand can be used to install anything. You can install actually Windows on it, it will be pretty slow. You can install Android, you can install Linux, you can install whatever. So that shouldn't be an issue to run whatever on it. It's actually Intel CPU and yeah. Okay, Entertainment Hub, basic functions of dedicated systems. So yeah, I mentioned the Jellyfin, photo, how it's called, Jellyfin, Photo Prism for editing and managing photos, and what else? Oh, this is nice. If you all have extra money and extra space, this is a good one. Build a 75-inch 4K arcade machine with Zima board and a Batocera Linux. Based on Debian, group of emulators that allows you to play games with your console, blah 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 blah. You need a ROM or ISO of the game. Some of the systems also require BIOS images. Android, PC, Mac OS, Raspberry Pi boards, basic emulators for Amiga, MSX, NES, SNES, etc. You need whatever you need here. So power supply you have, zimaboard, let's say you have. I think that this one is a USB stick. This is a USB cable of some sort. Controller. Download the image, burn the image, BIOS specs, sorry. Burn it, add the external drive, start it and play a bunch of games. Which also for $100 and let's say $200 if you go for the most expensive and the biggest version is not bad. The problem is that the prices of Raspberry Pis are so high, so everything else looks cheaper than that. But yeah, of course, I know that when I release the video, it will be like, yeah, but do you know that you can buy a used PC for $11 on eBay? Yeah, sure. I know. You can also get free if you know somebody and it's older than 5 years and companies are throwing them away or something like that. But I'm talking for the new device because we also know that even with the standard PCs that are used in the offices, even with the standard coolers, processors after some time start to be slower and slower. Actually, I don't know if anybody has seen those statistics for the I think it was both for the laptops or the CPUs normal, but also for the phones, for the processors for the iPhones and for the Androids. Even if you return them to stock, 5 years later, the benchmarks will be lower than they were at the time when you bought the CPU, which is strange, but that's how it goes. Let me check here. Where is it? Let's switch to this one here. Network. System is not ready yet, it's still in the setup state, so we cannot do much here. And yeah, if you haven't recognized, this is that LED screen, which I knew I will have use for it. although a lot of people bashed about it, but yeah. Probably a lot more will bash about my next video, which will be about the Reolink doorbell, where all those people, yeah, that bought Akara will not be happy with what will I say with that. I like the Lewis video. Lewis released video today about the Reolink doorbell, and I have to agree with him. He did miss some good points, but for the most part, I agree with it. It's for the same price. No, it's like it's not 100% same comparison because there are some big differences still there. But let's pretend that you want to buy a car, or that you want, you want to not car, for example. Yeah, okay. Let's pretend that you want to buy a car and you have two companies. One company was producing trucks. No cars, but just trucks, big trucks, for the, I don't know, whatever, for cargo, for transporting liquids, etc. So you have company that's producing big trucks, and then you have company that's producing automatic climate control for the cars and media centers. And both of them decide to start releasing cars. Where do you expect to have better quality of what you expect from the car? Sure, the AC is very important, especially if you live in countries where there is a hot climate, hot summer. And multimedia center is also very important. But actually, the first and foremost, the car needs to drive you from point A to point B. It has to be stable, it has to have good mechanical parts, wheels, engines, etc. So if you look at those two companies that could potentially build cars, I would always lean towards the company producing trucks than company producing multimedia devices for cars. The point of Reolink producing doorbells and Akara producing doorbells is they are cameras, and most of the paid advertisements that you've seen last 7 days from all those well-known YouTubers, which actually they were paid advertisements by Akara that praise it, they're not talking about, they are mentioning, but they're not really covering the most important factor, and that's the camera aspect. Reolink is producing cameras, and the same camera and same optical chips that goes into doorbell goes into their cameras, and Reolink has very good cameras. So buying doorbell that you want to use as a camera from them is more logical. But yeah, we will see all the issues after I post that video. This one is still not ready. I shouldn't have installed Home Assistant. It downloads like 50 terabytes of images. It's still downloading something. Where is it? Come on, faster. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents, I would say. Okay, we looked at this one, which I think it's awesome. I would actually love to have, let's say, 3 of these. One to replace the router, one to run all the other containers I can, and one to build this a retro game station. VR audio and video for Oculus Quest, Skybox is recommended. We tested several players in Oculus Quest 2, and Skybox was the player we found to be the cleanest and easiest to use for our experience. Install the Skybox from Oculus Store, open it, select Skybox, set up Casa OS shared folder. Once you're in, select new. Okay. So you would actually use it to play videos on Oculus Quest? Sure, okay, why not? I wouldn't, but why not? Unirate? I like this enclosure. That's a nice one. Power supply, PCI SATA adapter. Connect everything to the Zima board, and you actually have a Unirate setup. Oh yeah, I didn't show you this here. This is very interesting. If we, for example, go here, all products, these are actually the additional products that you can buy. And as I mentioned, the fun part about the PCI is that you could potentially hook up the external video card. Hook up external video card and use external video card for whatever. Power adapter, hard disk stand, Wi-Fi, mini display port. This one I had from my Surface. Ethernet, USB adapter, Ethernet, 4-port Ethernet, 4-port gigabit Ethernet. This is 2.5 gigs. SATA, 5-port SATA, so you get additional 5 external disks, for example. Dual port 2.5, dual port gigabit, PCI to NVMe. This is that cable that I told you about, the SATA Y cable, where you can power 2 drives from the Zima board. Enclosure. The simple one, the smallest one, and the dev kit. What's a dev kit? Dev kit probably includes everything. What? 2 Zima boards, 2 power adapters, gigabit Ethernet, USB adapter, 5-channel SATA adapter, SSD, NVMe SSD adapter, Wi-Fi, and 2 times SATA dual port, so 4 drives. Yeah, nice, but mucho expensive. Mucho. Let's see if the Home Assistant is up and running. Come on. Oh, it is. Oh, I didn't change screen. Oh, nobody's here to see that. Nobody screamed that I didn't show you what I was talking here. Let's go back here. So I was showing this development kit for 460 bucks that includes a lot of stuff inside. But I also went through the list of all the devices that you can buy. Most of them, as you can see, are PCIe drives, PCIe cards for various bits and bobs. And before that, we looked at how you can potentially build this Unirate. And the last thing that you can, while we are still preparing Home Assistant, the last thing that you can see here is how to install in Docker Minecraft. And it has something that's interesting here. For example, extended additions. Later there will be MC server Docker application Casa OS app. Realize 1 minute to 1 click to install, which okay, I know it doesn't make sense, but actually they mean that there will be available pre-configured Minecraft Docker installation, which you just click the button, install everything. But this one, zimaboard and Minecraft Advanced Version Play, which I don't know what this is. I didn't get that one, but yeah. So actually this is really nice and hackable board, which if you have Intel, nice. If you have Intel based single board computer, you can do a lot of stuff with it. Preparing Home Assistant, this can take up to 20 minutes, so great. Yeah, doesn't matter. Cheers, everybody, if there is somebody still here. Oh, okay. I will go and just give me a second. I'm going to pick up Sky Connect. It's here. That's that black version. I know some of you have seen. I know you do know the story behind the black version. The standard version of Sky Connect is blue, but Home Assistant devs got black versions, and also Home Assistant creators or people that are creating content around Home Assistant got the black version. So this is like a special edition. I will need to remove the keyboard because it only has 2 ports. Currently one port is the USB drive running Home Assistant OS, and the second one is this keyboard. I bought this keyboard. I like clicky keyboards, but it's just too clicky. And the second thing, I used it for half a year and I missed the numpad. So yeah. While we are waiting for this to finish, next Saturday there will be a stream. I did mention / say something, but I'm not going to repeat what this is. This will be a surprise. I still haven't received that package, but it's, I think, currently in Austria. So if there is no issue with the delivery next Saturday, we will have next Saturday. Whoa, Easter Sunday. Still, nope, reloaded. It's still the same. Next Saturday, so Friday is Big Friday. Sunday is Easter Sunday, then Easter Monday. Saturday is something. Probably, yeah. I already prepared the stream, but I completely forgot about the Easter. If all goes according to plan, we will have a stream, and I will play with something here, which I never ever in my whole life have seen in person. Meaning, no, I didn't touch it so far. I didn't see it so far. I've seen videos on it. I like the videos on it. I always wanted to try, but actually, you know, there are a lot of things that you want to do. Is, I don't know if anybody has seen The Meaning of Life from Monty Python, and that scene when they're talking about consensual, and they talk, they cannot use it, we can, we will not, but we can. So that's the same thing, you know. There are a lot of things that you want to try, but actually you are afraid that if you buy something for 200, 400, 500 euros, at the end you will just, you know, keep it under your desk and not use ever. and they will not be the best investments you made, so you actually never go for them, you buy something else or don't buy anything, etc. So that's a thing that I wanted to buy, but the other hand I was afraid to buy. So I'm really looking forward to play with that. I still have to go out and buy a couple of things for that to work. Let's press F5 a couple of times. Nothing. Oh, and did you see the update to, I don't know who is using here the Android? Did you see the latest version of did you see the latest version of Home Assistant app? Did you just check to make sure that it doesn't show anything that it shouldn't? Let me switch the screen. So this is a Home Assistant Android app. It now has the same option as the iOS. iOS had it for a long time, I didn't know it. You can actually with 3 fingers swipe and change your instances. I do actually have more instances than the ones that are shown here, but I still haven't added them to the app. I'm not even sure that I will be adding more. Okay, this is still loading. Oh, how eventful. Let's see what else we have here. So yeah, personal NAS VPN streaming software router. Okay, I would call it router, but doesn't matter because any router also has software on it. So media server and smart home. There is one thing, I don't know if you have noticed or not, on the in the middle of the screen above the where we have option to add the storage, which we added. Then something, there was a smart home screen saying coming soon. It's not Home Assistant. I think that they are working on something on, I'm not sure how they advertise it as a future local only home coming soon, local only smart home, something like that. I'm not sure with what they will be going there, etc., but looks like they are still developing something. Okay, we looked at this one, so yeah, everything is here. What you can use it with and for. Yeah, it pretty much can be used for anything. Nextcloud is available. WireGuard is not available. You have to probably install it as a image. OnCloud I think is available. BitTorrent, MB is available. Jellyfin is available. Plex is available. I haven't seen this one. Duffel, so audiophile, classic music server and player OS. No, I haven't seen it. LibreELEC also not. Whatever. Volumio, pfSense, OpenWRT. HomeKit or Homebridge. I haven't seen that app, maybe I missed it. And Docker, make your projects come to life, blah 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 blah. But it's really well designed piece of hardware. I think it was the project was founded through Kickstarter. It finished last year. Success was, I think it was founded like 4,000%, so 40 times more than they asked. I think I've seen when it was out on Kickstarter. I don't both advertise Kickstarters that I usually contribute to or pledge to, or I did mention one other project I did support just a couple of days ago. It's a smart plant, I don't know, something. It's like $50, $55, $59 for smart plant pots with the app, etc. I also regret how I contacted the company that is working on that product. They're here in Zagreb. I received zero response from them. I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. For example, do they plan to open the API so you can use, API? Will be able to talk with what kind of chip are they using for control? If it's something like ESP32, maybe it can be hackable. But then again, I received zero response from them, so I'm reconsidering my pledge there. It's always good idea to respond if somebody who pledged on you has additional questions. And I think this thing had like 10 days. Let me quickly find the project. The idea is really nice. I wouldn't say that it's that cheap. Okay, this one, Chancha. This one. Come on. Nope, still didn't refresh the page. While we are waiting, let's look at Chancha. So yeah, this is what they have. This is local university, EU Impact Hub Belgrade, University of Zagreb, blah 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 blah. App tells you what is the recommended plant for the position where it's located based on probably heat, moisture, light, etc. Then you buy the plant, select the plant in the app, and then it tracks it, waters it, blah 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 blah. It looks nice. If this is DHT sensor, I'm not. Yeah. I don't know what this is. This is a relay probably for something like that, for the pump. You add water. Bluetooth, okay, which means in theory it could be hackable, maybe. Yeah, looks interesting. I pledged for this one here. Nope, this one here. This one here. Yep. But come on, did you finish everything already? Refresh. Okay, wrong screen. Let's check the network. This is so slow. I do understand the concept why they do it. They make it very lightweight for Home Assistant OS to be downloaded and installed, because they don't have to keep all the add-ons, OS main Docker with whatever current version of the Home Assistant is. It's easier to maintain everything. But for example, each month when they release new Home Assistant, they could pack everything in one ISO image that you download, install, and that's it. It should be much faster. Hey, Daniel. So we are currently waiting for Home Assistant to be installed this is the screen on this device here. It is OS is here, and it's currently pulling the latest Docker versions from the network. And it is around 20 minutes now. Yep, very slow, very slow, very, very slow. While we are here, let me... I'm still on the last stream. I think last stream was last Saturday, the open stream. We installed the jokes sensor, and I installed it currently on 2 systems, and they are so lame. I'm even thinking of doing some short video, like 1-2 minute video, where I will be, you know, showing you how you can install it and what you can do. It's like you cannot actually do anything with it. You can just, as it changes every minute, the entity changes every minute, you cannot push it anywhere. You have to have it static on whatever screen there is on the front end, because if you would, for example, send them to Telegram or I don't know what else, you would receive message every minute, and you would probably use Hammer to deinstall it from your home assistant. But the jokes are so good and so lame. Let's see. Where are you? What's the difference between a rooster and a crow? A rooster can crow, but a crow cannot rooster. It's like terrible, terrible. Oh, let's see if this has installed. Yeah, also, while we are here, while we are waiting for this to finally finish, I was supposed to release one additional video last week. I did have everything recorded, but I didn't manage to edit it. And that video that was recorded will not be the next week video. The next week video also will not be what's new in Home Assistant 2023.4. There are a lot of stuff that are new, but I know that a lot of other creators will be releasing video on that, so I will be releasing video on the Marelling doorbell. I've been playing for the last 4 or 5 days, because I also waited. I knew that there would be a lot of changes in current or next version of Home Assistant, so that's why I got it to play with it. And a week after that probably will be the video that was supposed to be released last week, and that will be about the Pyroman case, which we had a couple of streams earlier. That case is now its permanent location. I moved it to summer house yesterday, installed everything is working really awesome. So yeah, I will not be making a video about what's new in Home Assistant 2023.4 because I simply will not. I do usually release videos on the same day when Home Assistant releases that, but I will be releasing probably video next month, end of April, sorry, not next month, but end of April, with all the news about the Home Assistant Assist, as a lot of things will be happening with it. For any channel members, there are some spoilers in the Discord server, so if you are on a Discord server, don't forget to check out the spoilers there. A lot of fun stuff will be arriving in the future, or how they call it, the second part of the Year of the Voice, or second edition, Come on. Nope, still nothing here. Let me see if I can see something here. Well, we still have keyboard on. HA core info. Touch screen is not working. It did pull the latest version. I'm not sure what is going on here. HA supervisor info. Supervisor is local add-ons, ESP home, community official, auto update you, channel stable, debug, null, IP address, Europe available, latest version. Okay, HA network info. Yep, that's the network address, so it should be okay. All the other add-ons, audio, backup, recompile, core, DNS, Docker info. Let me, you don't see this. Stable Docker version, features, reboot, shutdown, services, hostname, blah blah blah, OS agent, OS, resolved, journal disk. Version is 9.5. The version or OS 10 will be released next week around weekend, if all goes well. Logging info, operating system, whatever, stable, state is running, supported architecture, AMD 64i386, time zone Europe Zagreb. So more or less here everything is okay. The question is, why is this still not finished? Is it packing and unpacking stuff? What has to be up and running? We have to have command line interface, core, DNS, Docker, a multicast, network, observer. Observer info. Observer is also up and running. Store and supervisor. Looks like everything has been successfully downloaded, but it's still not up. This was a bad idea. We should have just factory reset it to the Casa OS. Oh, by the way, when we are already talking about Casa OS, let me also post a link to that one. This is Casa OS link, and let's browse through it. Community-based open source software focused on delivering simple home cloud experience around the Docker ecosystem, and it really is nice. I feel it's better, but better than Synology. Okay, yeah, Synology is putting a lot of time and effort and money into maintaining its OS, but Synology OS is pretty close, and this one is not. This one is really nice, but when you also start later and start with different technologies that are available at the time when you start, Synology is now 10-15 years old. It is a new version now, but you know, because of the stuff, they keep some legacy things still up and running. Yeah, I like it. I really do like it. It's very simple to use, very elegant. For the home cloud hackers. Zimaboard, Intel NUC, Raspberry Pi. Ubuntu, Debian, Raspberry Pi OS, CentOS with one line installation. Not sure about your compatibility, blah blah blah. Apps, we've seen that. Oh, actually, I haven't seen Couch Potato. I haven't seen Duplicati, Calibre Web. Those I haven't seen. Self-sovereign. Open and collaborative. Ease of use. Yeah, nice. Let's click on live demo. Go to demo Casa OS, Casa OS. So we've seen this one. Jellyfin and Home Assistant. Nice. They are running also Home Assistant. They're also running Home Assistant. Nice. Jellyfin. Let's see if they have demo video here, maybe available. Casa OS. Casa OS. Yeah. So nice. Sync your data between multiple devices. Oh, Home Assistant. No, Home Assistant is up and running. How should we call this one? Let's call it let's call it Zimaboard. Meaning that Zima will be username and board will be password. Nope. Come on. Let's close this window, let's close this window, let's close this window. Oh, actually, no. This is still... That was the screen from the... that previously was the screen from the Docker installation we made inside the Casa OS. Yeah, fool. No. I've told you, yeah. Let's look at this one. Let me just make this a bit bigger. So smarten up your home. We want to give you a smart home experience with privacy, high speed on your own storage. So actually, they do offer Home Assistant installation already, but this is something else. Unfortunately, pressing on this, stay tuned. In the earlier release would send you to the GitHub repository, and the link to that was later on updated to send you to Discord server, to the suggestions page. So nothing here. Okay, settings, update available, show other containers, show news, accept other containers. This more or less looks same as on the system we tested previously, and this is 4 gig version, so it's 432. Come on, preparing. Oh, come on. What to do here? HA core info. Watchdog through HA watchdog. I don't know what it means. Nothing here. Oh, let me change screen here so you can see blurry what I see here. Die camera, die. I need a new camera. Come on, focus. What I want to show you is that we have network traffic. So bytes, kilos. We have network traffic from supervisor. We don't have network traffic from core, which means that probably core is still not up and running. And it shouldn't be up and running as it's still saying preparing Home Assistant, and it's been like that around not 20 minutes. This said it can take up to 20 minutes. I think it's been in this state for like 35, maybe even more minutes. So what I'll do is HA OS options info. We cannot do restart here. HA, what do we have here? HA core, restart. HA supervisor logs. It says timeout while processing. Can't execute check trust while a task is in progress. Timeout while processing. Can't execute system autofix complete. It's still I wish I had touch screen enabled. It looks like everything is still whatever it does. You know how things are. If I would reset it now, it probably will take additional 40 minutes to finish this off. Resolution. Updating image. Okay. Docker. Downloading image. It started downloading Home Assistant. $18 minutes ago, it started downloading the image for the container. Starting system checks. Create new. Execute content. Create new issue. Starting. Cannot execute check trust while task is in progress. Timeout. Processing notary. System autofix complete. Cannot execute restart while task in progress. Nope, nothing is going on here. If I would have read that info on how to install it from the eMMC, it would be better. So supervisor restart is now done. Let's see logs.
This is it, another chance to lay it on the line. Here I go, there's no disguising, the truth will show in time. If I only get one
Connection refused.
I'll give it all I've got. This is my apology, I'm sorry. And here on bended knee, I'm coming clean. I will throw away myself, what I used to be. This is my
Well, Bebopalula.
Will you take it? All this dirt that's buried deep inside. Rearrange me. I'm falling and these flaws are hard to hide.
Or we can do this.
If I only get one shot, I'll give it all I've got. This is my apology, I'm sorry. And here on bended knee, I'm coming clean. I will throw away myself,
The second thing,
what I used to be.
you know what? Cut the power, remove this one, install the other one. And do quick factory reset. UEFI Kingston Data Traveler, that's it. Clonezilla, that's it. Free Software Lab, National Center for High Performance Computing, Taiwan. Nope. I could have done that 30 minutes ago, and I should have started with the installation of everything, with the installation of home assistant from within this. Jobs, blah blah, Clonezilla, image shutting down the local volume manager, disk number 2, but we want to install it on eMMC drive. Yes, this drive. Are you sure you want to continue? Where is this English? Yes. Existing data and hard disk will be yes. Shutting down the logic, creating, blah 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 blah, and mounting, blah 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 blah.
Coast to coast are diamonds in the rough. You see the most, but you've never seen enough.
That's one way of doing
All
it.
the cities till I'm home.
Starting to restore image.
first time I had never felt alone. Summer loving, I would crave your lips. Thunder struck in for just a kiss.
This is much faster.
Sunny loving.
And what we could do, this is something that I could probably do after the stream, or we can start here and I can do later on, is try to install Home Assistant OS directly on the eMMC without the USB stick through the file manager. Because this is that I use to install Home Assistant OS, this is a good stick, but not that good. I think that... Whoa! Whoa! Data Traveler 100 G3. Let's see the performance information.
Setting sun, the start of a new night. Transition your fun to black and white.
Data Traveler 100 G3.
An arm, your skin will mine. I've seen the way the moon will make you shine. Summer loving, I would crave your lips. Thunder struck in for just a kiss.
Nah, I think it's
Sunny loving all over me.
63% of data block processed. It says we have still 34 seconds.
I find peace of mind in morning breeze. Understand the things that bring you ease.
30, 29.
I would crave your lips. Thunder struck in for just a kiss. Sunny loving all over me. Overthinking what we could be.
$16, 15, 14. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's move this window here. Nope. Anyone knows any good jokes? Okay, data block this.
Look into my eyes and don't be shy. Feel the music in your blood tonight.
Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Rhythm in my bones. What do you say? I don't know. Nah, I can't hear you out. Yeah. Follow through the mellow. I can show you the right moves for you. Move your feet. Come on, and dance with me.
This factory reset actually is not that bad if it's done. 3 gigabits per minute speed. I think that image was around 5 gigs on a stick or something like that. Finish unicast. It should now stop everything, so we need to power cycle it. Okay. And it should... almost be done. Almost. Funny thing is that, for example, for zimaboard, they say don't update the firmware or BIOS unless you have issues. You know, standard procedure says update the BIOS to get better performance, bug fixes, etc. But here it says don't do it unless you have issues.
When everyone has gone and we are on our own, till then I follow roads that never take me home. But if you find me there, oh, I'll show you.
Come on, finish.
Just look in my blue eyes.
Okay. Power off. That's it. It's power off. We remove the stick. Actually power it off and power it on back again. That should be it. We should now have a factory reset. 1, 2, 3, go. Yep, looks like it. That should be it. We should now have Casa back running. Yep. And main.
I feel so far apart now. Girl, that gonna make me shy. Feel so loose and calm now. Love her, but I don't know why. Look at me once, I'll go. So is it alright if I ask your name? And I told you I'm not the same. Since that day I saw your face. You're on my mind, you're on my mind. So is it alright if I ask your name? And I told you I'm not the same. Since that day I saw your face. You're on my mind, you're on my mind. So is it alright if I ask
Okay.
and I told you I'm not the same. Since
Let me just check one thing.
every little movement makes me nervous, little quiet too. I wanna just tell you, take me. Tell me what you like to do.
Strange.
Tell me about
Very
all
strange.
the dreams of. Show you what I'm
Is the UI not open yet?
feeling, see. So is it alright if I ask your name? And I told you I'm not the same. Since that day I saw your face. You're on my mind, you're on my mind. So is it alright if I ask
Let's also check the documentation. Zimaboard docs. Troubleshooting. This one here. We did that, we did it, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. We did everything. Why is the UI not up and running? It says its uptime is 1 minute and 49 seconds, but it's still not up. Yeah, we did it. It was an eMMC drive. Let me try to SSH into it. 214. Okay. Okay. I restarted it. I restarted the device. What is a bit different than I was expecting it. I didn't receive previously here the login screen, and I'm not sure why it is even showing up here, the login screen. It should automatically boot in whatever it needs to boot. It does show mouse here. The web page is not loading. This one is showing Casa OS. By default, it should auto boot in whatever this screen is, and this screen is actually not used because it should load the web server, and I don't know why it's not loading up the web server. I don't have mouse here, so bear with me. I disconnected my mouse from the PC and I will hook it up to zimaboard. So we now have mouse here to see what's going on. Connected settings. What? It changed the IP address? Oh, you're kidding me. Why doesn't my stupid PC detect the changed IP address? Everything is okay. Everything is awesome. Let's pretend that nothing happened. Create account. Let's call it Casa OS with the Casa OS username and password. All things done. Never save the password. So this is how the system looks out of the box. Settings, we are on version 0.3.2.1. There is a new version 0.4.2, which I will not be press OK now. We have Casa Connect, peer-to-peer file sharing. Let's start. Next, shared folders. We need to add one. I will not be adding. Let's add media. Select. Share ready. Okay. Sure. Let's go. So actually we can add somebody and then send him request to share a file. Jellyfin is pre-installed. Let's see, this is actually 4K and my screen is 4K. I've disabled sound so we don't get any copyright strikes or something like that, because last stream I do have still copyright strike from last stream. But it did for the quality is nice. It's 1080, but still it's really clean. Yeah, it's really clean. Okay, music is probably empty. And TV shows is empty. Okay, photo prisms. Let's see if
every time I close my eyes, it's you. And maybe you could walk my way. Maybe you could walk my way.
you're kidding me. Nobody username password is for that. We can uninstall it. Files, App Store. That's different, you know. It looks different. So what I could actually do, I will do that now. Let's check the documentation here, how it was. Close this one, close this one, close this one, close this one. Then go to docs, operating systems, eMMC boot. So what it says, upload file somewhere, upload file, Home Assistant OS generic, open. Okay. Then actually we can close this, open terminal. Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the downloads folder? Where is the file? Files, downloads. Yep. Took. Okay. Okay, what did we have to unpack it? XZ extension. Compressed XZ. Can it extract it? Those x86 64 9.5 dot in dot xz unknown suffix. Let me see if I can extract here. Okay. Files, downloads, upload file, image open. What is command line with what? No. The problem is that this now is 6 gigs, and instead of uploading 329 megs, I'm uploading 6 gigs file. We have 4 more gigs to go. Configure system information. Okay. Come on. Still 2 more gigs to go. Still 2 more gigs to go. Still 2 more gigs to go. While it's finishing up, half a gig. Okay. Okay, this looks like it's been up. This has been uploaded. Let's go once again to terminal. Casa OS. Wrong button. Casa. We have image file here. Why does it say 3.1 gigs when the file should actually have 6 gigs? This is strange. Oh, it's now 3.6 gigs. 3.9 gigs. So actually it still hasn't uploaded file completely or something. This is strange. I'm blind to see. .3 gigs. We still don't have complete file on disk, and I don't want to run the next command until I see that there is something 6.6 gigs or something big, just to be on the safe side. Although I'm not sure how it managed to say that the file has been successfully uploaded and it's still writing the file down. Is it keeping it some kind of cache or somewhere, something? That's a strange one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's 6 gigs now. Let me check in the folder. It's 6.6,291,000, which roughly can be that. Okay, paste. So this is the command sudo dd if whatever file name blah 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 off. Input is here, output is there. Status progress, enter. Sudo password. I hope. And maybe this time it will write down the Home Assistant OS image directly on the eMMC drive without the USB, and if it does, that's great. But as I said, this is a really nice device. Sure, I did have currently issues, but I don't think that's the problem for me. I think that's a combo of various stuff. But it's really nice to have such a hackable device here. We are halfway there. And we should now actually have when it finishes without the USB, we should actually have the Home Assistant OS installed, which still leaves the second issue. And that issue is that we still need to download the Dockers or the images for the supervisor, for the core, observer, network, DNS, whatever. But maybe since it will not be working now from the USB drive, it will be much faster. Nice. if anybody has any tips on, I will not be creating video this week or probably even maybe next week. So if anybody has any tips, what you would like to see in the video, what should be covered, what type of installation, should I play with pfSense, go into more details about Casa OS, but as you've seen, it's rather simple, not much there, or how to create Uniraid, just send me a message either on Discord or on Twitter. 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, Is it done now? Should we see something else? I've seen that the screen has gone blank here. Should I wait a couple more seconds? Something? I know that I've killed the main partition here, but still, should I wait for a couple of more seconds? Let's count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. No, the UI is not responding anymore. 1, 0. Okay, let's power it off and power it back on. And let's see what's going on here. Okay, looks like Home Assistant OS standard boot procedure, blah blah blah. Everything so far looks as it should look. App Armor is up, waiting for the Home Assistant command line interface to be ready. But more or less, yeah, that's it. It looks like we did manage to install Home Assistant directly on the bare metal. Waiting for supervisor to start up. Everything has started up. We do have IP address. The IP address is 8123. Sorry, no, 127. And yeah, we are back to where we were at least 2 hours ago. Almost. Unfortunately, it can take up to 20 minutes. Yeah, actually this version of installation directly from within Casa OS to just disk dupe or whatever DD stands for, image directly on the bare metal is pretty fast. But yeah, you still have that second issue, and that second issue of course is download of other images. But so far the funny thing is that my Unify still hasn't detected the change in the IP address. I love Unify. Oh, it shows now the change. It says that we have total download was 7 gigs. It just now downloaded half a gig more. It's using a network a lot. So yeah, it will take some time. Let's wait for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes more and see how the things will progress here.
Just come closer, don't worry, I'm just trying to see the other side of you. And won't you open up a little bit? Let me show you how we did. You can be happy with me.
Shall we try and open this?
Just come closer, don't worry, I'm just trying to see the other side of you.
This is actually the railing doorbell. What? And it's done. Okay. Sure, let's keep format the country, got invalid format the language, home, country I didn't select. Come on,
Of your misery, it's on repeat daily. It ain't gonna change over time. So relax and ease your mind. Healthy thoughts riding with me. I'll take the wheel for you to
oh, where is it? Didn't I bring stick with the, oh, it's here. Let's see if the Sky Connect gets picked up. Finish. So we actually have a new install. It was at the end very fast. Maybe doesn't look like that. Dismiss. Check it out. Add integration. ZH. Configure. Submit. At the end, this really was fast. That's it actually. Let's add, configure this one, submit, finish. We now will start receiving also Sky Connect device, sorry, switchboard devices. Shame I didn't get invited to test the new hub, but yeah. Come on, let's see new devices. Where is it? This is the LEDs on my desk. Check it out. I don't think that I can add this one. Okay, now it's asking me for passwords. I have no idea what the password is. What else? Okay, this is it. We now have Home Assistant 2023.3.6, Supervisor 03.3.
OS 9.5 running on generic hardware. Casa Sky Connect is here. CPU is 2%. Yeah, it's a nice. And that's it. Any final questions, final thoughts about this one? It's funny how we spent like 45-50 minutes waiting for the installation to finish on one way, which I thought would be faster. At the end, restoring Casa OS, uploading the image and burning the image to eMMC storage was faster than all that, and plus the load up of Home Assistant. Like, it loaded up everything was like in 10 minutes, something like that, 15 max. So yeah, I hope that you did find this stream useful. I'm not sure when the next stream for members will be. I hope to have a couple of things arrive in the meantime. As I mentioned, probably maybe next stream will be maybe next Saturday, a public stream where we'll be playing with something toxic. That's it. If nobody has any questions, I hope that some of you are still alive here. The links will be in the video description, both for this zimaboard documentation and Casa OS. So if anybody wants to play with Casa OS on Raspberry Pi, I really do think that this is a nice alternative for example, Home Assistant Yellow. There will be, the devs have issues with Home Assistant Yellow because of the price increase of the components and price increase in compute modules. They are now somewhere where they didn't want to end up. They were anticipating to have cheap devices, cheap box with the cheap compute modules, and you have a cheap way of running Home Assistant OS. There will be new updates. Anybody who has been using Home Assistant Blue, or who has bought the Blue, or who has seen the Blue, there will be new device, not by Home Assistant devs. This device is just the upgraded version from the same manufacturer. It will have no branding, but it should be a bit better. Hope the pricing will also be good, but as I said, this is nice device, not just for running Home Assistant, for various things. And after I finish recording the videos and playing a bit more, I will find definitely good use for it. I have one dying Synology. It is now 9, almost 10 years old. So maybe I will completely replace that Synology with this device here. I just have to figure out how I can get something like FreeGate or I don't like Motion Eye. Some kind of surveillance software on it. Yeah, it would be a nice substitute. So that's it for this stream. We are now 2 hours and 15 minutes into it. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Hope that I'll be seeing you. Don't forget to like the video. And I hope you will like the next video on the Reolink camera. And I'm off to clean up the desk. Everything move here. Kids have to go to school tomorrow. I have to go to work. So enjoy the rest of the weekend. And for all the questions, of course, you can always find me on the Twitter, Discord, or just drop me email. And that's it. Yeah, it's really working nice. It's faster than I thought it would be. Yep, PON sensors are popping up. So that's it. I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody, and have fun. Bye bye.